given and we have this whole industry complex developed around this endless vaccination system with the COVID vaccine. The point is that destroys individual rights and our republic just as much as the movement to communism does. Communism is more devastating for the whole population, impoverishes everybody, whereas this creates a class of people who are protected from competition. What we're really talking about is this co-optation of government that happens, everything from the Federal Communications Commission to the EPA ultimately, over and over again in our history. Industry gains control over an agency, invariably, because those who are in the agency, where do they go when they leave? They have to go into the industry, or they'll go into education supported by the industry or whatever. So they choose winners and losers, and they choose to protect certain parties' economic interests at the expense of others. This destroys competition. This destroys the functioning of a free enterprise system. This destroys innovation. This makes goods and services cost more because they limit the supply. You have a genius who comes up with a solution to a vexing problem like cancer of one kind or another. He can't get his invention into the marketplace because it costs over $1 billion to get a new drug approved. Why is it $1 billion? Because the FDA has all these barriers to market entry that they put in there to protect the big drug companies from any competition. This is the way it works.
And that actually is the very core essence of fascism. It's the merger of corporate and state.
And interestingly enough, Rexford Tugwell, who was the brainchild of the first New Deal under Roosevelt, he derived that. He went to Italy. He stayed with Benito Mussolini. He studied fascism, and he was totally enamored with it. The idea that the state could merge with select industry and then drive a future, right? Make that industry wealthy beyond means so long as it fulfilled the state's mission. That whole statist idea, that elitist idea, was brought back to Roosevelt. And Roosevelt endorsed in the first New Deal that approach. That created the NRA, for example. And this resulted in a constitutional crisis. The whole New Deal, first New Deal, was held unconstitutional, which then led Felix Frankfurter to enter the driver's seat instead of Rexford Tugwell, and the idea became more nuanced. We will not effectively take over industry as government through proxies that are in industry. Instead, what we will do is we will create market barriers that will direct industry, and that those who benefit from serving our interests in government will have above market rates of return by the barriers to market entry. So it was yet another way to coerce and cajole the market. And this is the era we live in. This post-Second New Deal era has persisted through every administration, Republican and Democrat.
So this is not a party issue.
It's not a party issue. It is, but it is very corrupt. It is very abusive. And in the end, it is destroying the opportunity that people have in America. We want an opportunity society. We want everybody to be able to succeed in America in whatever area of talent they have. Given the